Yeah.
Okay, let's get started. The first agenda item is email account for the cat herders. And I think we have an update on that.
Yeah, I have. I've got the Zoho account set up, and so all I need to do is find out. It looks like Ethereum Cat Herders is registered on GoDaddy, and I was wondering who set that up, who owns that, who has access to get there to link up the records with our Zoho account so we can start sending mail through that. Is that Tim, or do we know who that is, or?
Yeah, I think I checked with Charles on that, and he said that he has done this DNS thing, so maybe he is the right person to be approached.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, I've got to pull up some notes here. So, okay, so I guess I'll reach out to Charles. And does anyone have an email address for him or anything like that? And what is his full name?
Charles
Yeah.
St. Louis.
Yeah, I may have his contact, so I'll share it with him. So
Okay, cool.
I'll DM you his email and
okay.
contact ID.
Yeah, but it's everything set up. All we need to do is link up the MX records so we can start sending mail. And who all is going to want an account on there? If anyone wants a if we want Pooja at Ethereum Cat Herders, then let me know and I'll be able to set those up, I believe, once they get those linked. So
that sounds great. Thanks for the update. All right, ECH is a DAO. I don't know. I don't think I was here last time. I'm pretty sure I wasn't. So did we talk? How much did we talk about this last time?
I'm not sure we talked ECH as a DAO last time, so this is the first time this has been introduced. The earlier time we just discussed about onboarding process, and in that we were wondering if we can use the DAO process for that, like we had Aragon DAO set up previously.
Oh, yes. Okay. I want to get some feedback, and I'll take lead on this. I want to get some feedback in the Ethereum Cat Herders Telegram and Getter channels to see if people have experience using DAOs like Aragon. I know we've used Aragon, and it didn't. We had a problem with participation, but otherwise, I kind of like the interface enough. But if anyone else has some things with so experience with other DAOs or other ideas for how we can utilize that, then maybe we can start doing that to make some of our decisions. What might need to happen before then is to have more consistent participation, or new Ethereum Cat Herder members get jump on, and maybe the DAO is one of those ways that we can like vote people in or things like that. So we might want to take it off the agenda, or no, we'll keep it on the agenda at least one more meeting, so that we don't need to, so that I can ask the group and then get some feedback for the next meeting. Do we have comments on this?
So my only comment, or maybe as a concern here, was like when we started Aragon DAO and provided herd tokens to the members of cat herders, that time Aragon was with Ethereum chain. So I'm not sure if it is anymore, because I heard about Aragon chain sometimes back. So is it the one that we would still want to consider, or do we want to look into other options?
I'd say look into other options, but also keep in mind that if there aren't, then we can use Aragon.
I don't think Aragon's ported anything from the Ethereum chain, even though they've said that they want to look into other blockchains as options. I believe that everything they've made is definitely still completely EVM compatible. So there shouldn't be a problem running it on Ethereum right now.
Okay, cool. Any other comments? Okay, the Ethereum Twitch channel update. I think the last time I talked about this, we had gotten, Twitch had said that we, that they accepted our copyright claim and are going to give us these Ethereum accounts. and they did switch that over fairly recently. I went in and double checked and made sure I could log into all of them. So we have Ethereum, Ethereum Foundation, and Ethereum _ Foundation. So this item is complete and we can take it off the agenda. The next item is Ethereum Cat Herders funding. I'm going to post a link in the chat, and this shows that we currently have 201 yes votes versus 100 no votes for our Moloch DAO voting. So it's kind of close. Like there's only, there's only like 1, 2, 3, 4 people voting, it looks like, because it's 2 people with 100 shares, and then 1 person downvoted with 100 shares, 2 people upvoted with 100 shares each, and then 1 person with 1 share upvoted. So there's only 1 day and 4 hours left for voting. So if anyone knows anyone in Moloch DAO that they want to talk to that they think would upvote rather than downvote, feel free to pass the message along that it ends very soon. There's also other really good proposals in there too, that like stuff for DApp node and for some Moloch operations cost and stuff like that, that I think is really good proposals that people should vote on as well. And I think that's it for that. Oh, we don't have an update from ESP is the other thing. So I can check in on that. That's not a problem. All right, who else has a question on that?
Do we know who's voting no? I wonder if we could reach out to, and can they change their vote? Would that be something worth trying?
I don't think they can. I also don't know how to see that other than on Ethereum itself. Oh, no, actually there's a, okay, on the link I posted, if you click the up arrow, up arrow that's in the middle bottom of the screen, it shows you the address who voted, but it doesn't show you their name. So at least I'm pretty sure. Let me click and see. AE5F. Yeah, it shows what they voted for before. It looks like, oh, they voted down a few different things. And they also, ProgPow signaling voted no. Oh, I thought that was for ours. We didn't do anything Moloch there. Okay. So yeah, it looks like they voted down. I don't know who they are though. Anyways, any other comments? Okay. The 1559 design bounty. Hey, Tim, thanks for joining.
Hey, sorry, I had Zoom issues. Yeah, so that one also, so basically we need somebody to sponsor our Moloch proposal. I think there'd be interest if it was up there, but yeah, we basically just need somebody with more than 10 shares in Moloch to actually put the proposal forward. Yeah, and that's kind of where it's at right now.
I can do that after this proposal. I didn't want to do 2 at once.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. Yeah, and there's no rush, so I think that's probably a good approach. Also, we're gonna have like a 1559 call tomorrow, so we'll have like a more details past that too. So yeah, I don't think there's a huge rush for this. If you can push it in the next round, that would be great.
Cool. And if there's someone better than me to do it, just let me know so we're not double doing it.
Yeah, sounds good. And I'll make sure to coordinate that and let you know if someone else comes through or wants to do it or something like that.
Great. All right. The next item is onboarding new members. Is this a specific item someone brought on, or is it a general item?
So this is a general item. It's about the onboarding form that we have created. So we have recently started distributing this form in the Ethereum cat herders GitHub, and we're planning to put it on the website as well. I'm gonna share the link here in the chat for people to refer. Basically, cat herders are looking for more people to join for many processes, for note takings, for EIP meeting and other processes that we are currently involved with. So anybody who is interested to join the herders may please fill up this form and let us know their area of interest where they would be willing to help or support the Ethereum cat herders. Before we move on to the next topic, I have a couple of questions for 1559, maybe two, not questions, I mean, I have 2 points to mention there.
Yeah,
So,
go ahead.
Thank you. So Tim, I was wondering, like, can we just create a folder at Ethereum PM to collect, to collect the notes of 1559 meetings? Because I was trying to figure out, and it is like, there is no central repository for that. And it's difficult to go back to the previous meeting, although I understand that there is some digest that is being created at Ethereum.
I mean, sure. Oh yeah, so we have 1.x here. Yeah, I can create, is Ethereum-PM the right place? Because this is just for a single ETH though. So I'm not sure if it's the right place, but yeah, if people feel like it, I'll create one for 1559.
I mean, I suggested that because that is the place where agenda is being posted for that particular meeting.
Okay, yeah. Does anyone disagree? And I won't call it EIP 1559, I'll call it fee market, just because there's like more than one proposal now.
That's fine. Like, I just wanted to, look for a place where we can direct people to go and read more about the previous meeting notes. Like, we are maintaining this resources at Ethereum cat herder website, so there was no place to point them towards the previous meeting notes.
Sure. So I'll try to do that in the week and post it in the Gitter when it's done.
Sure. Thank you so much. And one more thing, I was wondering, like, what is the target date that we are considering for this design bounty? Because, for the at the global team, they are targeting October, their next event. But if we would want something earlier than that, then we may have to collaborate with the Gitcoin only.
I don't know yet. I'm not super concerned about the specific dates. I think, anytime in the next couple months is fine. I was talking with Trent from Eat Global this morning, and like their current Filecoin hackathon is not a good fit, but maybe the one after that, I think that makes a lot of sense.
Right. Okay. I'll get in touch with you after this call.
Okay, cool.
Thank you.
Okay. Next up, we have discuss and close ECH GitHub issues and PRs. So the first one is the PM repository. So document the cat herders process. That's been there a while. Did we talk about closing that one out, or is that something we still want to define?
Sometimes back it was asked by the author that if he would like to close it, but he mentioned that he would like to keep it there. But that's a while ago.
Yeah, and I haven't heard from Luke in forever. I'd say we should close it. That's just my opinion, but who else has an opinion on it though? I'm fine keeping it open either way. I don't have a strong opinion.
I think we have pretty good documentation. I mean, that is being maintained on the GitHub repository itself. So makes sense. We can go ahead and close it. And whenever there is a specific need of creation of any particular documentation, people can go ahead and always create an issue.
Right.
I'm going to say, please, if you feel that it isn't, I'm going to say closing issue, please create a new issue if you feel this isn't complete. And I'm going to add that this was made in a meeting. This decision was made in a meeting. So that's closed. All right, and then back to the repository. Staking and DXDAO. Did we ever finish that one?
We did stake, but I'm not sure if we got the fund back. I mean, it was supposed to be received back, but there was some issue and that could not have been completed.
Yeah, I think the issue was the funds being stuck. I remember being in touch a bit with Lane about it, and then I think Edson was in touch with him after me. There was some technical issue about getting the funds out. Edson would probably be either Lane or Edson would probably be the two people who would know exactly where that's holding right now.
Yeah, I think Edson's moving.
'Tis the season.
Yep. And let's see. How much should we put in there? I think we only put in 100 DAI, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
I think that's ballpark correct. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, we'll leave that open.
Wait, Edson
next.
just showed up actually.
Oh, hey.
Edson, you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, thanks for coming. We had go ahead.
Yeah, go for it, Hudson.
We had an open issue in the PM issues repository about the DX DAO, and we saw you were the last comment, and you had been exploring it a little bit, and we wondered if there was any other updates since April.
No, has Lane gotten back?
No, let's reach out to Lane. I'll reach out to him about this.
Okay.
All right, I have it in my notes. Okay, next up we have update necessary documentation for the Besu hotfix. I bet this is not applicable anymore.
Yeah, I looked into it and I think it was already done, or the resource just wasn't up to date at all anymore. Oh no, sorry, this is the yellow paper, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so the yellow paper isn't even up to Istanbul, period.
I heard the other day from Alexi that it was.
Okay, I mean, we can have a look at it, but yeah, a couple of weeks ago when I checked it, it wasn't. But yeah, I don't mind, leave it there. I'll follow up on it.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Add an option to Ethernodes that accounts for in process. Oh, we were gonna get this one needs to happen when Berlin happens, but can wait until then. So we'll keep this open to just keep it as an item, but we don't need to touch it right now, according to James Hancock.
So I checked with James on that, and what he meant here was like during the Istanbul upgrade process, what we saw was some of the exchanges, they were saying that they are in process of upgrading it, but since they had not actually upgraded, their numbers were not being shown on the graph at the Ethernode. So what he was wondering, like if Ethernode can create section for in progress as well, then that would show the exact current status, and we don't have to rush with like assuming that the numbers are low for the nodes have actually upgraded or not.
Okay. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. This is a good initiative. So we should keep this open, right?
I think so.
Okay. But we won't be able to do this until Berlin. So we'll just know it should stay open.
Maybe we could reach out to him and let them know prior to the Berlin process, and if they could set up in between, then it would be quite comfortable. I mean, like for us.
It's such a small change. I almost want to have a discussion with Peter, who's the person who runs the Ethernodes website, right before Berlin happens, so that they're not having to mess with anything, because they're real busy with ETH2 stuff right now because they run the Beacon Chain website. So I think it'd be easier for them once they're launching the site back up to receive feedback rather than get it right now.
Sounds good.
Okay, I'm going to wait until Berlin is closer to ask Peter from Ethernodes about this. Okay, next up, update forkmon and publish code properly. So update forkmon, add additional clients, move it to the right repo. Additional notes in the all core devs getter. I'm going to just leave a note asking what's the status of this.
So actually, we were discussing this, and he mentioned that the Folkman that we are not very sure, but I guess it was Martin who was maintaining this website. It is not updated. So his idea was to, if cat herders can reach out to these people to get these things updated, like Folkman, and add additional clients and move it to the right repo. And these are the to-dos, and they're asking us for help.
Okay, cool. So what, should we leave a comment? Should we just leave it open right now?
I'm not sure if we can get to know who runs this. Maybe I could reach out to them. It is my wild guess, Martin, but does anybody have any idea who is the person?
I think Nick Johnson owns the repo, or Martin owns the repo, and Martin runs the site right now.
Okay, then I can reach out to him requesting to get these things updated.
Okay, great. Renew Zoom Pro account. That happened. And there's a linked issue in funding that's closed. So I'm going to say closing. Zoom is renewed. I misspelled it. And paid for. So that one's done. All right, converting Psi to DAI USDC. We to the new next step is to move assets from the old multi-sig to the new one. I will update this week. So I'm going to put that as a note. Here's the latest though. We moved all of the data and DAI and USDC from the old multi-sig to the new safe. And there's the only thing left in there, I'm pretty sure, is Ether. And I tried to move the Ether and it failed, and I didn't know why. So I thought maybe it was just MetaMask being weird or gas prices being high. And since there's not a rush to move it, I'm just going to wait till gas prices are low, like on a weekend, and move it then. So it would still take someone else to like approve the transaction, but that's the last thing to move.
I can approve it once it's done.
Okay, great. So I'll leave a comment though this week to update this, to let the GitHub issue know what I just mentioned.
Just curious, how much Ether is that?
0.2. And there's already 0.2 in the, well, wait, hold on. Let me look and see real quick. This won't take long. So in our safe currently, we have, oh, we have 4.95 Ether. How did that happen? Did we receive some? Oh, someone gave us 4.75 Ether.
Wow, nice.
Did that
Cool.
happen for the, oh, we set up, we didn't put this as an agenda item, but we did set up a Gitcoin grant. Could that be it?
The Gitcoin grant is in DAI. Maybe someone could have donated directly.
I think someone just contributed directly without the Gitcoin thing. That's really cool. Okay. Huh. So now we can truly be cat herders that are also yield farmers and put it into Curve, which then will split it into 4 different assets that then we can move to Compound, which can then mine comp tokens. I'm just kidding. We're not going to do any of that.
The problem is if you make an issue out of it, by the time we get to it in the meeting in 2 weeks, the entire market probably will have crashed.
I know, right? It's really funny how like everyone's risking their stuff on it, but yeah, it's definitely a trip, the whole Compound craze and everything. Okay, so that's the old one, and then that's the new multi-sig. The old multi-sig, let me find it real quick. I'm having trouble finding it. I think there's just 0.2 left though. So I can post the link to that later. And then the last thing in that repository is the agenda. So let's see. Next up is funding. Oh, wow. Yeah, we're behind. I don't think we need to go through this only because there's just a lot of funding we need to catch up on. Is there any items in here that people want to go over other than the funding for the different note taking?
Truth is, I don't know if this is relevant to this. It could be better handled outside the meeting. But if I know that there's ETH in the wallet, can I get paid in ETH instead of DAI?
That's a good question. We can't handle that in the meeting, in my opinion.
Was that a can or a can't?
Oh no, I don't know for sure. I'm saying we should handle this issue in the meeting.
Oh, should handle in the meeting. Yeah. I didn't catch if there was a T there or not.
What do people think?
What rate though? Like,
Yeah,
do you
that's
think
the
the
only
rate?
I'm amenable to it being the rate on whichever day the transfer is made. I mean, day is a big word also, but at the time of transfer, I'm fine with it being whatever the
coin market
price is.
rate.
Sure. Yeah,
I'm personally
and just
amenable.
I'm asking just because sometimes it takes like a week, you know. So
Right. So that's why I
feel
said
like
time
it
of
should
transfer.
be there. I feel like it should be the rate when you post the notes. Because
Yeah.
this way.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, this way. I mean, you know, if the price of ETH goes up or down, anyways, it feels like once you post the notes, you could just post a screenshot of like whatever the rate is then, and we should use that.
You mean the rate on coinmarketcap.com or something?
Yeah,
What
sure.
rate?
Whatever. I don't think, you know, given it's like $100, it's not like if it's 1% off, whether it's CoinMarketCap or whatever website, I think that's fine. But I think it's mostly if there's a 2-week wait for you to get paid, it feels like it's more fair to give the price when the notes were posted. Yeah.
I agree, because otherwise you could manipulate it and obviously you wouldn't manipulate it, but like someone who is doing notes could like
whoever's paying out could.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And whoever's paying out could like hit the button when it's like good for them to hit it, like for them. Yeah. So it would actually be manipulated both ways. The cat herders could actually short someone by hitting the button when the price is considered low.
Yeah, that's why I think I feel like we should just put it in the hands of the note taker. Like,
as in a note taker that prefers to be paid in ETH should just post a price from the time that they posted the notes.
Yeah.
Yep, with a screenshot, and that's good enough. So if we could record that in the notes and then maybe someone update the funding repo to reflect that.
I'll try and reflect that in my own request. Also, I'll try and put on a comment to that.
Oh, good. Yeah, that could be a good first time, and then we can figure out where to write it permanently. Anything else for the funding repo?
So there is one issue. I think its number is 54. Update finance spreadsheet. That is also the next item. So for that, I reached out to Lane, who was previously maintaining the funding sheet for us. But unfortunately, I mean, I'm gonna share the link of the previous one, but unfortunately that was edited, I mean, like controlled by email ID that he does not use any further. So we came out with a solution that the content from this sheet has to be migrated into a different sheet. I'm sharing the link in the chat. So this is our new ECH multisig accounting sheet. And the previous contents has been copy pasted here. And if people reach out to the previous one, they will be redirected to this new one. I'm going to give access to Hudson, Tim, and anybody else who is interested, because I know they are paying out, so they might want to add. So people who are interested to keep this shit updated, I can access that. And I'm also willing to take this as one of my responsibilities. So this is just a change in the sheet because we could not access that sheet any further and nobody else can be added into.
Oh, we're only 2 months behind. That's not bad. I thought we were much further behind.
No, I'm going to update this sheet. I mean, we created it yesterday. So before next meeting, I will make it up to date based on the funding issue. GitHub before. I'm going to update the sheet.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Let me go to the funding sheet. Okay, yeah, I see it now. Great. All right, that was the last item there. Is there anything else from the finance repo or funding repo?
This is not that, but I have the PR for the fee market stuff on ETHPM. So I could have merged it myself, but I also just wanted to maybe get an approval on it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I can merge this.
Yeah. I mean, it's just good to have somebody else kind of review it, even though yeah.
Is this you trying to make an issue or a page?
Basically, it adds a page under a new folder.
Got it.
Yep.
And if you need to start updating this a good amount with stuff, just bug me about pull request, or I can add you.
I have merge access, so I don't mind. I just want to make sure that somebody else reviews it before, like I don't want to just merge my own change in.
Ah, got it. It looked fine to me when I opened it up. It just has previous meeting purpose and
I mean, I can merge it now. Yeah.
I already merged it.
Oh, okay. I thought, wow, great.
Okay. All right. Any other comments on the funding repo or anything else right there before we go to the meeting 35 notes? Okay. Actions required from meeting 35. 35.1, Hudson will start paying out some of the older requests. I don't know when that was. Okay, that was listed for last meeting. So I was here last meeting and I didn't get to that. So I have that written down for me to get to this week. Or let me double write it down. Payout older ECH request. 35.2, Brent to create a Zoho account. That got completed. 35.3, onboarding form to be added to the website. That's in progress. 35.4, Pooja to release YOLO Medium article. Oh, that happened. Good job, Pooja. It looks really good, and I've been receiving good feedback on it. So, yeah. And Pooja to contact Tim for the design bounty. That was discussed today. William to write notes for the previous All-Core Dev call before the next All-Core Dev call. And I believe that happened. Right, William?
Yeah. That's all taken care of.
Okay. Is there any other final things before we close out the meeting?
Just one last thing. There has not been too much of updates, but we are still trying to keep our website up to date. And I'm sharing the sheet again if people think that something is missing or they would want to add something new as the resources, because we would want to keep it updated. And I have added a couple of more resources for EIP 1559 thing and for the new BLS EIP that is already in accepted mode for Berlin upgrade. So that is another way of educating community about what we are doing. And if people have anything to add, please feel free to add it in this sheet, and I will keep the website updated with whatever is listed here.
Okay. Anybody else? I'm also looking at the price of the data coin right now. And let's see. Oh, data ERC20 coin. Because I'm just curious if it'll give us the price. Okay, it's 5.5 cents. I don't know if that's better or worse than it was before because I haven't kept up with it. But anyways, we will figure out what to do with that pretty soon too. I should make an issue for that. I'll write that down. Make an issue to decide what to do with data. Okay. Anybody else? Okay, the next meeting is July 6th, 2020. And thanks everybody for coming. We'll see you then.
Thank you.
Thanks, Hudson.
Yeah, I might not be to that meeting. I'll be in DC transporting my son to DC if I'm not here, but FYI.
No problem. Have fun. Be
Thanks.
safe.
Yeah. All right. See y'all.
See y'all.
See you. Thanks.
Bye.
Thanks, everybody.